Hello YouTube, welcome back. More Cryptbeards, Fortress 17, episode 26, 7, 28, something around that mark. I don't know. I don't worry myself with those kind of things until I'm actually filling out the field in the YouTube upload page. So, you'll just have to figure it out for yourself. I mean, it will be in the title of the video, so there's a good place to check. Anywho, sorry, what another blisteringly shit intro. I'm getting so bad at these. I mean, you're supposed to get better the more you do things, but the YouTube video intros are just going down and down into a gutter of madness. Anyway, what are we doing this session? You know what? I'm not going to do a Fortress recap. Every time I've done one for the last couple of streams, it's taken an entire recording session. So we're just going to assume everybody's on board. If you're not, go back to the beginning of the playlist. And we'll just carry on with matters as they are. Of course, the current big project is this little fighting pit here. Big little project? It's a big project. Well, I don't know. It's not a big project. In the grand scheme of Dwarf Fortress playing, this is somewhat a small endeavour. But for me, it's a fairly large construction effort. I mean, I rarely go for multiple Z levels, unless I'm throwing someone down it using some kind of trapping device. And even then, well, we've all seen how that first drawbridge went. It was pretty messy, pretty sloppy. But this time I've instituted a very careful method of digging down. You see, what I'm doing is I'm always leaving a slope up to the surface until we get down to a suitable depth. This is 4 Z levels deep. I'm thinking we need to go a few more. Just a few more. Just that little bit extra. But we've got to wait for the dwarves to start digging out first. So let's unpause the action and just let things develop. Oh. Something has collapsed on the surface. We've had this last time, and it would appear that... What's this stuff again? Silty clay loam is just appearing mid-air and falling to the ground, which is... There we go, look at that little column of silt. It's just appearing and falling down, which normally, under standard Dwarf Fortress circumstances, I would just think, oh, it's just a glitch. It's just a bug. Ignore it. Don't worry. But we are parked right next to a volcano, which kind of makes me think, is it throwing stuff in the air? Is it blasting out stuff? But if it was, I'm sure basalt would be falling from the sky rather than clay loam, which seems an unusual product of volcanicity. Maybe over several thousand years. Don't get me wrong, the slopes of volcano cones, as we established, they're called cones, not calderas. The slopes of volcano cones are actually very fertile places. The old volcanic ash, although choking, stifling, and deathly in its early days, apparently makes for very fertile soil. So it's not all bad. I mean, it's pretty bad. Pompeii would probably contend it was bad. But never mind. Never mind, that was a long time ago. Excuse me. Little sip of coffee there just to get my brain back in gear. And let's go back to our fighting pit. Shift F2 to go to the new fort. What the hell are all these X's? Construction suspended. Needs furniture hauling. Okay. Well, in that case, let's unsuspend construction and see if they do it now, because there's got to be somebody around with furniture hauling, right? Ah, I know. We had that alert, didn't we? We called everyone into the burrows, and I'm guessing that cancelled all the orders and caused some kerfuffle? A little bit of kerfuffle, maybe? I'm not sure, but maybe this will sort the problem out. Maybe it won't. There's no guarantees in Dwarf Fortress, other than that you'll have fun. That's a pretty strong guarantee. What the hell did I just press? Oh, hey, I'm trying to move the cursor with WASD, and of course it's arrow keys. What an idiot. So where are we? Oh, hello. The new food zone's looking pretty good, but it probably could be doing with a few extra barrels. They don't seem to be putting things in containers. They just appear to be placing fish and mushrooms all over the floor. And there's a turkey drumstick. Oh, and sorry, that's a pair of prepared goat kidneys. Actually, can I be bold enough to say it's a pair? I mean, a pair would imply they come from the same animal, which, if we've only got 2, is kind of likely, but we can't be sure. So I should just say 2 goat kidneys. They're not an actual pair. Then again, if you've got 2 things, is that by definition a pair? Or do they have to be part of a set? Who cares? A stray reindeer bull has just been slaughtered, so no doubt will be resplendent with kidneys and wondering about how much 2 of them should be referred to as. how two of them should be referred to, is all moot. Anyway, enough of this madness. Let's keep watching them dig this hole out. Although they don't seem to be doing it very quickly, do they? We've also got some little potsits. What's that? It says stone ramp. Well, we need to go down a level. That'll tell us what it is then. It's a cave spider. Oh, okay. So we've got cave spiders in the fighting pits. How has that happened? It's not connected directly to the caverns, so they can't have just wandered in. Maybe someone's been carrying them around or something. Got a pet cave spider or something? They're doing a lot of cancelling down the bottom there, aren't they? Needs a food storage item. Cancels brew drink from plant. Needs empty food storage item. Oh, so they're not cancelling the brewing for a lack of stuff to brew with. They just don't have anything to put it in. Oh, that's an interesting revelation. I thought those alerts were all coming through last session because we didn't have fruit or plants. Yes, plants. But no, apparently not. It's a barrel thing. Although we do have a lot of barrels here. Spelt beer barrel, quinoa beer barrel, dwarven wine barrel, spelt beer, quinoa beer. Quinoa beer doesn't sound pleasant. I don't know. Quinoa's okay if you've had like rice for 3 or 4 days on the trot and you want a change but something vaguely similar. But I mean, and also spelling it quinoa is cruel, frankly. that should be dealt with. Anyway, where are we? Prickleberry wine, a meat barrel. Oh, hello, barrel of meat. Anyway, here's our prisoners. We've got our goblins and trolls. Some of them have been moved upstairs to the fighting pit, but not all of them, which is a bit annoying, but they'll get there. We'll get enough room to host them somewhere. Maybe we'll build an adjunct room where we can stash them all. That'll be nice, won't it? I'm hoping if we get deep enough and finish the dig, let me just unpause that. If we finish the dig, I'll be able to put some gates in down the bottom so we can have our gladiator lads stroll in and out, no problem. And, lock in all the deadies. Well, I say deadies. They won't be dead when they're put into the pit, but they might end up dying. Now, here's a thought, actually. I've just realised that if we are taking the creatures in from the top and just chucking them in the pit, if we're going to have them be any use for training our fighters, we might not want to drop them too far. Even a broken leg is going to make the odds a little bit too good in our favour. So, do I want to stick with a 4-layer deep? He says, his voice cracking under the stress of thought. What do we reckon, chat? Does anybody in chat have opinions on the number of Z levels suitable for a fighting pit? I mean, we know that, I think is it 15 Z levels is a fatal fall, guaranteed. But how does 4 sound? And how is that for climbing out? Is there anything we can do to stop people climbing out of the fighting pit? That's important. Well, the last thing we need is spectators getting shanked while they're holding a drink. Getting shanked at all. We don't want anyone getting shanked while they're watching. We want people in the pit getting shanked. That's the ideal scenario of the fighting pit. I notice we have a petition. Let's take a look. Entertaining citizens and visitors. The Fell Ring Breaches, or Fell Ring Breaches individual. Sorry, I thought it was the name of a band for a moment there. Let's deny, because frankly we have enough entertainers, and we had that problem where our fortress was getting riddled with elves. And, the only elves I want in the fortress are in cages, or visiting and spending money in our economy, which isn't really a thing in Dwarf Fortress, but I'll RP it for now. Otherwise, it's going to start all sorts of trouble, and it's going to destroy my chances of having any fun exotic animals in the fort. So we've got to at least put up with them for a bit. Okay, so there's not much to look at down here in the industrial zone. So let's return once more to the fighting pit and hope it's getting dug. Are they doing these tables and chairs now? Are we seeing people walking down the twisty-turny corridor carrying tables and chairs? No, we are not, but we are seeing quite a few cages. 13 idlers. Seems like a lot. Why so many? Curious. Very curious, but we'll ignore it for now, and we'll come down and check this digging. They're not doing very well with this, are they? It seems they've done a single row and then kind of thought, forget about it. Who cares? Does it really need to be this deep? Do we really need to go beyond 4 Z levels? Well, 3 Z levels? Well, you know what? I'm just going to push the matter. I'm going to set them to channel. And I'm going to say, what priority have we got up to? 3. I'm going to say priority 1. I don't know why I went backwards through the numbers there, but I did. We're going to go all the way across here and say, here's your new priority 1, sunshine. Wait, they're not channeling. Why is that? Have we got to go down? Oh, I see. Intriguing. Okay, in that case, the best bet is to do this. We go, that's now priority number 1. This is now priority number 2. There we go. Probably should use the mouse. It's going to be a little bit easier. Priority 3, where the 5s were. There we go. The flashing is beginning to get on my tits a little bit. Number 4, where the 6s were. There we go. And number 5, where the 7s were. Isn't that lovely? Isn't it lovely when your dwarves dig stone? And we'll go one more Z level down, as was the... Oh, well, D, H, priority... What was that? 5, priority 6. There we go. We'll go one more Z level down, and we'll start the dig... Hang on, go down a floor. We'll start the dig off on this floor as well. There we go. I see the chat ticked there. Somebody said something, but I'm so absorbed in my digging that I'm not looking just yet. But I will. I'll get you. Don't you worry. I'll have a look over there, but only once these designations are done. Boom! Success. Let's have a read. It's fuzzy. Is there not a hole where the channel is 1 below current priority 1? I don't think I've done any digging. I don't think I've designated anything to be dug. However, if we just scan through the fortress hotkeys quickly, it's looking good. Masterpiece andesite coffins are coming off the production line now. That's looking good. That's looking okay. Yeah, we're all right. Might not be able to stand in the hole and mine the channel above. They should be able to, though. That's the thing. Because, look, we've got this row here is sloped down to this one. And then this one. And then this one. And then this one. Yeah, every level we've got ramps going up to the previous. And then we go down on this floor. And then once we get down there, we'll dig back and it should work. I think we're okay. I think we're going to be okay. Of course, I could be very wrong. Have been before, probably will be again. But maybe not in this instance. Okie dokie, so that's not doing anything right now, but I think it's probably just a case of the miners being off on rest. Yeah, look, this one seems to have been picked out, doesn't it? Is that currently? No? Yeah, look, it's flashing with a little yellow thing. There are guys doing it. It's just the miners keep running off and doing other stuff. It might be prudent to start giving more people the mining labour. Because I'm seeing 6, 8 idlers. That's a lot of people idling. Do I really want that? I don't think I do. I don't think I do. Although, I know what I do want. I do want a second military setup, don't I? Because we've got these lads training. A third military. We have our vampire troops training. There's a flipping vampire on the loose. I forgot about that. We should be keeping our eyes open for dead people. Well, drained people. I mean, we see dead people all over the place. Oh, and there's also a couple of elves who aren't dead but critically wounded, currently in my pit here. Isn't that lovely? Nice little elven pre-corpses mouldering away. Very fancy. Wait a second, look, there's one trying to escape on the old thingy. Let's have a look at you. What's up with you? Unguslu Cuts Magub. Let's have a look at you. Enter, view. Yeah. Well, I mean, a medium-sized creature dedicated to the ruthless protection of nature. Her hair is extremely long. She is average in size. She has an angular chin. Her ears are very short. Eyelashes. Her Can I zoom in and out on this? It seems it's gone off the edge of the screen. Eyelashes are extremely short. They are, aren't they? Her nose bridge is somewhat concave. Her hair is scarlet. Her skin is presumably cinnamon. Her eyes are aquamarine. Blue elven eyes. Teardrops are falling from your elven eyes. So we will come to you and beat you to death because we're racist dwarves. That's a terrible thing to say. Oh my god. My goodness me. But it's true. I mean, our behaviour towards elves has spoken of nothing but racism. I mean, shameful, but, you know, sometimes it's the way it goes. I mean, if elves were real, and I don't think they are, I reckon that would probably make me a bit racist, because I do hate elves. So much. So much. I mean, maybe they don't deserve it, but I don't care. Anyway, where are we? Might not be able to stand in the hole. Oh, sorry. I thought the chat had ticked up, but it hadn't. I was just reading the same comment again. Good lord. Look at these two dogs here. Sitting there making puppies. It was much better when we had a couple of jaguars, wasn't it? Although I have been told workplace communication, or communication, has contacted me on the YouTube comments. Hello workplace. And said that he thinks that the two tethered jaggers, Mick and I can't think of any of his relatives' names. Damn. I'm not going to dox myself. Okay, let's not say that. Anyway, he was saying that the old jaguars weren't going to mate because they were on tethers and they have to be running free. Running wild, yeah, I'm running free. Atir Bolt Tunnel wants to come to entertain. Well, he can go fuck himself, which I'm sure will be entertaining in and of itself. I think they call the genre pornography? Hello, Riban96. Anti-elf sentiment followed. Well, thank you very much. I presume that little notification I saw in the corner of my eye on the preview screen was you. And if it wasn't you, then, well, it must have been someone else, which means two people like the stream, which is even better. Hooray! Anyway, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us. Let's keep an eye on the businesses. I'm trying not to go down to the fighting pit. I want to give them a minute to get some more digging done, and then we can go back and have a look, because as the old idiom goes, a watched pot never boils. And apparently a watched crown never gets picked up and taken away. Well, why is that lying there? We knocked that off a goblin's head fair and square, and people have just been leaving it on the floor like it's some kind of installment art piece. Installation art piece? I'm not good on arty terminology. I am good at finishing cups of coffee while they're still warm. Well, today at least. Normally they go stone cold, but that one, still warm. Right, let's go and have a look. I can't wait any longer. We're going to go down to the fighting pit and see how the digging's going. Aha! Success! They are doing what they were asked to do, so they can access everything, which is, in my opinion, very, very good. Let's go up a couple of floors, let them dig this last one out, and then as soon as that's done... Actually, no, I'll do it now. Screw it. Why wait? Why wait, I say. Let's change it to H. We go to priority number 1. Oh, for fuck's sake. There we go. Got it right now. And we'll change these ones that haven't been done to priority 1. And then we'll go down a floor. Boom. Change the 6s to 2. Excuse me, coughing and spluttering like I'm some kind of tuberculosis-addled Victorian orphan. Let's go to the 3rd row. Here we go. The 7s are now 3s. Boom. We can do some 4s. That's lovely. And do we take it deeper than 4 Z levels ultimately? Ultimate Z level. Okay, and we'll just go across here and no, screw it. Let's go all the way to 7. Fuck it. Why not, huh? Go across here. There we are. That's done. Sorry for the mumbling and bumbling while I'm doing this, but it turns out it's kind of hard to talk and concentrate on drawing a straight line with a mouse. Who would have thought? Personally, it never occurred to me until I tried it, but you may have more wisdom than I. Okay, back up to the top of the fighting pit. It looks like all the cages have been... Oh, for fuck's sake, a gremlin. And it's on the... Oh, it's... Right, there's our gremlin. Door used by intruder. Retake door to forbid it. Okay. This could test our Test our defences. Although, let's just get the guys down on it. There's no point fannying around. We're not going to catch this thing in a cage. They seem to be able to not get attacked by them. So we're just going to activate the laborious castles. We're going to say, attack, and kill the creature at castle, which happens to be a gremlin. Lovely. And then we shall resume. Oh, the gremlin's fucked off. Now we don't know where it is. Okay, let's go up a few floors. No problem. We'll spot it. There it is. We spotted old Gremlo. Let's get out of the squad screen, find the gremlin, and follow it. There we go. This isn't my first gremlin rodeo. The last gremlin left the screen without even bothering the fortress. And it looks like this one might also... Why do you bother coming here if you're just going to run away? Right. Well, they appear to have deactivated themselves, so that's good. Back up to the surface. They are in their training room. Yes, they are. Okay. So, what can distract me from watching that dig? They can bypass traps, open doors, I believe, even when locked, and pull levers. Well, what a pain in the arse that is. Still, we'll find a way. We'll find a way to kill the gremlins. Well, that was an ill-advised musical interlude. Why do I do this? Why do I launch into a little bit of singing when I have nary the flimsiest wisp of an actual idea for a song? It's crazy. It's crazy. Okay, we're going to go over to the therapist. I'm going to leave this running. In fact, I'm going to go down all the way to here, and we're going to build a squad for this second barracks. They may not have enough armor stands. They may not have enough weapon racks. But they don't have any weapons or armour, so it doesn't matter. Let's sort ourselves out a nice new squad. I'm going to go down a couple of levels just so we can see this when we come back. And I'm going to head over to Dwarf Therapist. And of course, I'll take you with me. Why not? Hello. So, what are we looking for? We're looking for soldiery. So, we'll sort by military status. We will keep the can activates open, and we will shut the juveniles down. 44 juveniles. The mercenaries can stay, the military off-duty can stay, the military on-duty can go, and I'm not going to fuck with drafting nobles, just let them get on with their own shit. Okay, so what we're looking for now is on the military screen. Please tell me it didn't. Oh, it did. You wankers. The other is quick access to lever. One of the main reasons to have levers in populated meeting halls. No, I see. I get the idea, yeah. It does make sense. I did have the lever for my drawbridge in a meeting hall, but the rest of them I built near the drawers they were opening because I'm lazy. Let's just admit things. I'm lazy. Anyway, here we are in the military status screen. Let's see who among our undrafted is an axe dwarf. Nobody. Hammer dwarf. Ooh. Minkot Erushsezuk. Minkot Erushsezuk. Oh, fuck it. Minkot. Minkot is an axe dwarf. Sorry, a hammer dwarf. Let's see what he does when he's a labourer. What's your job, Minkot? You're a farmer. Well, I don't know about that. You appear to be a novice plant processor, brewer, and cheesemaker. Doesn't really do it for me. So now you're going to be in the military. We have to create a new military. I've just realised we need a new squad before we can start assigning people in Dwarf Therapist. So let's just leave that as is. Go back to the fortress. Please bear with me while we turn over. Is Fuzzy not an axe dwarf? Well, all right, he's in the military, but otherwise, we're not going to bother. We're not going to put people who are now nobles into the military. We've got a whole pool of people to select from. It's probably not worth using militaries. Anyway, let's go to the military screen. Click. Well, that's not supposed to happen. We're clearly not playing Metal Gear Solid 5, so let's go back over to the correct screen. There we go. That's better. Now I'll go to the Dwarf Fortress screen, go over here and press M. There we are. So, the Night Rippers, the Laborious Castles, and the Militia Captain. Well, I think we will create a squad appointed by... Can we just do one under the Militia Captain? There's a difference between the Militia Captain and this other method, isn't there? One is supposed to be like an active going out and fighting soldiery, and the other is kind of an internal watch affair, isn't it? Or Am I crazy? I'm not sure. Let's just assign someone from the laborious castles because, you know, it's all good. No uniform for now. We have now got the Banded Lanterns. Oh, a lovely name. So, we can head out of this screen, leave it going, and head back to the therapist, whereupon we will be able to assign people to that group. Just commit those changes I made, which in turn will refresh the stats for us. Lovely. Over to the military screen. Where's old Mincott? There he is. Mincott, you are now... You can't see the pop-up here, but trust me, I'm assigning. You are now a member of the Banded Lanterns. Actually, we should put him in the laborious castles to top up, because we've just lost somebody. Okay, so he goes in the laborious castles, and the next person we find who's got a weapon skill will go into the... Oh no, we've got a pikeman. Ral Kossothudil. Intriguing name. What do you do, Ral? Well, your job title says animal trainer, but your stats say liar. So you're no longer that. You are going to be in the military. It's a soldier's life for me. Well, for you. Let's put him in there. Assigned to squad, the Banded Lanterns. It's advisable to open the military screen in Dwarf Fortress after making any changes to squad leaders. Sure. I'll do that. No problem. So, we've got our pikeman in there. How about a spear dwarf? Well, we've got one of those. Asob Febtangak. What a name. Febtangak. Incredible. What do you do, Febtangak? You are a clerk. Huh. Let's have a look at your other skills then. What does that say? Record keeping. Ooh, spicy. Anybody else got good record keeping? Yeah, we've got better record keepers knocking around. Then again, what are you? Cannot activate. Okay. Well, Single's the actual bookkeeper, so it doesn't matter what your skill is. You're going in the army now, Asob. Whoa, whoa, you're in the army. Now you're the second member of the Banded Lanterns. And do we have any sword dwarves available? We do not. Now, let's test this theory that you can put, what's its names? Mercenaries into our military. We've got 3 of them. Dakost, Kivish, and Limmel. They're not all that hot, really. Only one of them has any weapon experience whatsoever. Still, nonetheless, we shall draft them. Assigned to squad, the Banded Lanterns. Assigned to squad, the Banded Lanterns. And assigned to squad, the Banded Lanterns. Lovely. So, now we've done that. By the way, anyone new watching, if you want a dwarf named after you, I mean, feel free to pipe up. You're always welcome. You don't have to do anything to get it. Just, just ask, really. Let's get out of here and head back to the fortress, whereupon we shall begin assigning locations to this band of misfits. Or, as it actually is, trained military dwarves. So, this room here, we can assign this to the Banded Lanterns, and they will sleep here and train here. Oh, isn't that nice? It's lovely, isn't it? Squad equipment or individual equipment. I don't know what that does at the moment, so we'll just leave it be. Then we'll go to the military screen again. We'll go down to the Banded Lanterns. Hey. Hey. Huh. Okay. Let's try that again. I'm just going to head over to the therapist. I'll let you watch the dig a bit more. Oh, they're nearly done. Well, let's actually assign some... No, sorry. We'll just pause it. Now we're close to finishing that section of the dig. We'll come back to it when it's necessary. Let's go to the therapist. Ginger would love to be an axe dwarf. That's fine. We'll find one for you. Military skills. In fact, they will have just been put into the thing, won't they? So let's sort by axe dwarves. Can activate. Cannot activate. Can I actually, if I just commit changes, is that what I needed to do? Then we go back to Dwarf Fortress and press military screen and go down to the Banded Lanterns and... Oh, I'm on the Night Rippers. Oh, there we go, it worked. Oh, excellent. Okay, no point fannying around now. Let's just go back to the therapist. Well, I say go back, you're still there. And I'll find out Axe Dwarf for old Ginger. Where are we? Juveniles, military, on and off duty. An Axe Dwarf. Well, Fuzzy Logic's 1, and... Am I going crazy? Did we not just draft an Axe Dwarf? We must not have. Huh. would another weapon suit you? I mean, of the available skilled dwarves, we have nope. Nope. Vukar Shodaklaw. He's a competent swordsman, same as old Dakost here, and Asob is a spear dwarf. Well, if you just want to pick, I'll tell you what, I'll pick you one of the guys who doesn't have a skill, and then hopefully you'll develop something. How about that? In a good way, not in the way a doctor might tell you develop something. Who should we pick? Let's see. Well, we've got Ilrao. Yeah, Ilrao. That sounds good. We'll give you that one. Unless... Yeah, no, that's sensible. Here we go. So, a Ginger. G-I-N-G-E. Oh, no, that's not how you spell it. You don't spell it G-I-N-G-R-E. G with a Y. Ginger. There we go. And we commit. Beautiful. Oh, no. Beautiful. There we go. That's finished. Let's go back to the game and see how we get on with this fighting pit. Okay. So, petitions available. Who wants to come here for entertainment? No, you can't. Even if your name is Kogan Washbells, which I immediately misread as Kodan Washballs, which was far funnier than his actual name. Should really change his name. People would laugh more. Right, come on, lads, get digging. Taking your time, aren't you? We need to get more people mining. That was originally why I went over to Dwarf Therapist in the first place, but apparently I just forgot about that. Right. Come on, dig the last holes out. There's one more to go. You know what? Let's just get ready with it. Solid. DH, there we go. Priority number 1. And then that's already being done, so we'll just dig that out. Lovely. And so, are we going to... Is 5Z levels deep enough? I think it has to be, right? I think what we need to do is dig off a little thing here that we can connect up to the top somehow. I'll tell you what, actually, if I go up a few Z levels... Excuse me, hiccups. If we build some stairs here with some floodgates to lock it off, we can come up and just have like an entryway over here, maybe? People just go down the stairs and go in. That's how the fighters get in and out. And then to get people into there, we just fling them over the edge, make it a pit. Whoop, over the edge you go. Goodbye, you knife-eared fools. And goblins and trolls, troglodytes, Gorlax, and you know what? Maybe we'll throw a few wild animals in there. That might be fun, mightn't it? Actually, you can assign war dogs to people as military accompaniment, can't you? Maybe we should start doing that more often, and then we can send them down into the fighting pits, and not only will the prisoners be beaten to death by dwarves, or potentially battered and hacked with wooden weapons, they'll be torn apart by dogs as well, which is, well, it's a spectacle, isn't it? Is it episode time, says Fuzzy Logic. Why, Fuzzy Logic, you are correct. Thank you very much for pointing it out. Those of you watching on YouTube, thank you for doing so, but you're going to have to wait till the next episode to see some more, so I'll see you there. Potentially. Although if you've sat through half an hour of this, I imagine you probably will. Bye!